Welcome guys, welcome to this lesson. So today I would like us to do a topic in mathematics algebra, which is rationalizing. To rationalize. So what does it mean when we are talking about rationalization? So rationalization is just like a process of removing radicals, okay? And you have to know what a radical is. Radicals are roots. For example, you have got this. This is a square root. You can have something like this. This is a cube root. You have this. This is the what? A fourth root. All of these, all of them, they are called radicals. So in rationalization, we are removing radicals. So let's say you have got a over b. So this is a fraction a over b, where a is the numerator, b is the denominator. So they can ask you either to rationalize the numerator, okay, which is a, or rationalize the what? The denominator. So get these two things clearly. They can either ask you to rationalize the denominator or rationalize the numerator. So what it means to rationalize the numerator is, on the numerator, remove the radicals. You should not have the what? The radicals. Okay, so let's rationalize. So you're in this topic, you're also going to understand about the conjugate. Okay, let's say I've got 1 over the square root of a. Okay, so here the radical is on the what? On the denominator. Here they cannot ask you to say rationalize the numerator, because the numerator here there is no radical. So we are going to multiply a. Both the numerator we are going to multiply, okay, both the what? So this is a dot. Sometimes you can use multiplication, but so we are going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator with the what? With the conjugate. So for this type, whereby you just have one non-can, okay, but they cannot give you this one. I'm building up so that you understand. Here you won't have the what? You just multiply. This is the conjugate. So one of the things I was explaining is that let's say you have got root x and you're multiplying with root x. The answer will be x. Okay, what is inside? What is inside the square root is the same, the answer will be what is inside. So you have got, this is proved by saying root 4. Okay, the answer will be what? 4. So what is the square root of 4? It is 2. And we have got a multiplying sign in between. The square root of 4 is what? 2. So 2 times 2, it gives us what? 4. So mathematically, when you multiply this square root with what is inside being the same, the answer is what is inside. So you multiply the numerator, you have got root a over a. Hope you understand that. Hope you understand. So that would be the answer in this case. Okay. Okay. So let's say you have got 1 over the square root of what? X plus 1. So you are going to multiply with the square root of what? X plus 1 over the square root of what? X plus 1. We have said when you multiply this thing, so the numerator you multiply 1 times the square root of x plus 1, we have got the square root of x plus 1. And if we multiply, okay, we multiply this, the denominator, the answer is what is inside, x plus 1. So we have found the answer. Okay, yeah. So you can just pause this video so that you'll be understanding. If you don't understand, ask me questions in my inbox. Okay, inbox me, I will help you so that you understand. So the other form you could have is, let's say you have got 1 over the square root of a minus the square root of b. Okay, so this is an equation, 1 over the square root of a minus the square root of b. So what is the conjugate? So the conjugate here is going to be a plus the square root of what? B. So the word, the conjugate, the word is like this. Maybe you're hearing this word for the first time. Conjugate. So this is I. So conjugate, that is the important thing. They cannot give you that one, the example we had. They'll give you whereby you have got 2 terms. So if you have got root a minus root b. So the conjugate, what will change? It is what is in the middle here. If it was a negative, it becomes a positive like this. So if the denominator, this denominator, it had the square root of a plus the square root of b, then the conjugate will be what? The square root of a minus the square root of b. So what is changing is just the what? The sign, guys. Just the sign. I'm emphasizing. Okay. So I'm using root a and b just for emphasis. Okay. So when you are multiplying the square root, the conjugate, we multiply both on the numerator and on the what? On the denominator. You have root a plus the square root of what? Of b. Okay. Okay. So we can multiply these. You have root a plus root b. Sorry. Root a plus root b over a. So you multiply this with that. You have got a. Okay. Minus you multiply the square root of b times the square root of b. So this size, so you have got something like this. Okay. So now, when you are expanding this, the denominator, instead of doing this, because the right way you would have done the square root of a minus the square root of b. You open, again you open the square root of a plus the square root of what? Of b. Because then you multiply this with that. This again with what is at the end. Okay, here we have got a minus. You multiply in this one with this, and this one with that. So the answer is going to take you back to what? To this. I'm going to illustrate what I've just done. So let me show you root a minus root b. We have got root a plus root b. So root a times root a. Since these are the same, what's inside is the same, so it will be a. Right? So root a times root b. So what are you going to have? Since it's a positive, it will be positive root a root what? B. Okay? So root a negative root b times root a. So you have got negative what? Root a root b. Whether you say negative root b, negative root a, it is just one and the same thing. This is multiplication. So negative root b, you multiply with root b, you have negative what? B. So here, guys, here, you're going to have a 0. When you do these things, you have a 0. You have got a minus b. So the shortcut, you just this times this, you have got a. Negative times negative, negative times positive, negative. The square root of b times the square root of b, you have got b. As easy as it is, right? So here is a little example. Okay, you have got 1 over the square root of x, okay, plus 1 minus the square root of what? X. Okay, so this is so if they tell you rationalize the what? The denominator, we are going to multiply both the numerator and the conjugate. So we said for the conjugate, where there is a negative here, it will be positive. So I've got root x, okay, plus what? 1. So it will be plus root what? Root x, yeah, over the square root of x plus 1 plus the square root of what? Of x. You multiply the whole of the numerator, you have the square root of x plus 1, okay, plus the square root of x, okay, over root x plus 1 times root x plus 1. You have got x plus 1. You multiply the negative times positive, you have got negative. Root x times root x, you have got x. So you have got square root of x plus 1 plus the square root of what? X over what? 1. So since you can divide, so the only answer you have is that you have got the square root of x plus 1, okay, plus the square root of what? X. So So that is our final answer. Okay, hope you are following. If you have got any of the questions, just inbox me so that you really understand about rationalizing. So here we were rationalizing the denominator. Even for the numerator, it is just the same logic. So we are just going to solve some questions in the worksheets and in the tests. Yeah. Goodbye.